You're in for such a treat this morning. We are going to start our gathering song with Dave Morrison. As most of you know, Dave has been a distinctive voice in the Southern California music scene for over 30 years. It's funny when he's just 25 years old. With his evocative songs and exciting live shows, and many of you have been to those live shows. We are grateful that he is a part of the church in Ocean Park community. Welcome, Dave Morrison.
Hi, I'm Dave. I'm going to play a little song for you now. This is called Times Like These. It's in one of my older songs, but it's one that I think matches this gathering today, so I'm going to go with it. So it's called Times Like These. The old man said, son, you got to remember, a human can float on the sea. If you just stop hanging on to the bottom, you would rise up naturally. So I let go, it nearly killed me to do it, but I'll be damned, it's true. And though I'm still a couple leagues from the surface, I see that sun is shining through. I see that sun is shining through. Sometimes I can't feel the ground beneath my feet in times like these. I can't feel what the future is holding, but I feel you holding me. I feel you holding me. Took a trip, took a fall, took a long time to notice. We all trip and fall. Yeah, but somehow we drag ourselves back to our feet and walk on, and failing that, we crawl. And maybe it's the failures even more than the successes. Maybe it's these scars that mark our skins, yeah. Maybe it's this that can reconcile the differences and finally prove us kin. Sometimes I can't feel the ground beneath my feet in times like these. I can't feel what the future is holding, but I feel you holding me. I feel you holding me. Da-da, 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 and the children have entered as if on cue. I look at those clouds drawing back from each other. I believe it's gonna be an early spring, and there's little green buds all over the tree out back, and the sap of life is in everything. And look at these kids, man, they're getting so big, but you and me, we're still reasonably young. Oh yeah. Whoever thought I'd be this close to the finish line and feeling like I'd just begun. And when I can't feel the ground beneath my feet in times like these, I close my eyes and I let myself go, and I feel you holding me. I feel you holding me. La da la da 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 da. Thank you all very much. And I wrote that song for my friends, in case you're wondering who the you is in there.
Good morning. I'm Chaplain Joseph Hepburn, and I'm here to welcome you to this unique multi-faith community that is dedicated to social justice. So you may be wondering if you are welcome. Yes, you are. For this is a Jewish, Muslim, Hindu, Buddhist, no matter if you're Christian, atheist, religious atheist, or some other combination of those, you are welcome here at the church in Ocean Park. We extend a special invitation to those who are single, married, divorced, gay, transgender, cisgender, whatever. We extend a special invitation to those who are newborn, just browsing, just woke up and realized that their bread is still in the oven. And you can rush here because we have lots of bread. You are welcome here at the church in Ocean Park. We don't care if you're more religious than the Pope, more humorous than the Dalai Lama, or more ritualistic than the King of England. You are welcome. We extend a special invitation to those who are over 60, not grown up yet, and to teenagers who feel they are growing up too quickly. We invite soccer moms, tree huggers, latte sippers, vegetarians, junk food eaters. We invite, as Bob Marley would say, no matter if you're thief or you're dread or you have no crown upon your head, welcome to the church in Ocean Park. We invite those who are in recovery or still addicted, and those for we have open hearts and open doors. We invite you if you're having problems, if you're down in the dumps, or if you're experiencing good news or bad news, you are welcome here. We invite those who are inked, pierced, or both. We offer a special invitation to those who could use a prayer right now. We invite tourists, seekers, doubters, and you, and you, and you. Welcome to the church in Ocean Park.
Hi, I'm Reverend Janet Gollery McKithen. I'm the minister here. Hi, I'm so glad to see you guys. So glad to be back after a month away. I missed you guys so much. I really missed you guys. I'm so happy to see you. We begin, as we do every Sunday, with an acknowledgement that we are sitting on stolen land. This land right here was taken violently from the Chumash, the Quiche, and the Tongva peoples. We acknowledge the harms of genocide, forced assimilation, enslavement, and destruction at the hands of U.S. settler colonialism. We acknowledge also that our communities and our country was built on the backs of people who were stolen from Africa, placed into bondage, and then forced into labor. And we acknowledge that we benefit from that labor that has never been repaid. In our acknowledgement, let us commit ourselves to healing by helping to create a more just and sustainable world through changing how we do things that we see as normal, but actually are systemically hurting people. We all have biases, and it takes intentionality to build compassion for people whose lives are very different from ours. We worked at the church in Ocean Park together across boundaries to tear down unjust systems and to build new relationships of healing and of love. This morning you'll hear from a variety of people, and wonderfully from a variety of songs people, music, a variety of music. If you hear something you disagree with, know that they don't speak for the whole church in Ocean Park, but they do speak for themselves and the church in Ocean Park. The only people who speak for the church in Ocean Park is the administrative board, not even me. So if I say something you disagree with, that doesn't mean that's what the church in Ocean Park believes. Whatever you believe, you are a part of the church in Ocean Park and are just as important as whatever was just said. Thank you for being a part of this community this morning. Thank you for being here. It's going to be an amazing morning. You're so lucky to be here. Thank you for helping break barriers and build more compassion in the world. Thank you for being a part of bending the arc toward justice. We begin with a Thich Nhat Hanh chant. I have arrived. I am home in the here and in the now. So take a deep breath. We center ourselves with this. I have arrived. I am home in the here and in the now. I have arrived. I am home in the here and in the now. I have arrived. I am home in the here and in the now. Welcome to the church in Ocean Park. We have two readings this morning, one from Lynn Bronstein and one from Jerry Rubin. And Lynn is on screen, so we're going to mic her, and she's going to do the first reading.
Today is the day before October 7th, which was the day a year ago that a horrible and uncalled for massacre at a music festival began a war that is very controversial, and I don't want to get into the controversy of that here today, but I have a poem about this war and about the emotional toll it takes on everyone. And there is no one in particular who's to blame here. This poem ran in the Alchemia online magazine edited by Marie Lecrevan earlier in this year. It's called The Tears Run Together. I am weary and cannot bear to stay awake, but the Shekinah pries my eyes open. She tells me to look, and I see a woman veiled, holding a dead child. Cry, she says, for mothers of Gaza. Then she turns my head in another direction, and I see more women, more children, the dead piled upon the lonely bones, the bodies still screaming from the wresting out of their souls. Cry, she says, for the mothers of Israel. On the earth, some look away from the dreadful sight, and some make accusations, while others deny that they see anything at all. Does it matter what the reason was for this slaughter? Can our wrath be aimed at only one side? The Shekinah cries at the sight of women handled by brutes until the handling kills them. And the Shekinah howls even louder at those who refuse to believe that what hurts one hurts all. The Shekinah wants us to meet somewhere, reach out and touch. And if we are unable to fully understand, to at least cry together for an unarticulated answer to a crisis that does not need to be. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Janet, for inviting me to read today. Great seeing you back in person, seeing everybody here. And it's kind of a special time. I guess every day is a special time. And I certainly am not a poet, but I wanted to read from a book that my wife Marissa published a number of years ago, and called Word Honey. And she did the artwork. She's a really good poet. Lynn Bronstein was a great friend of both of us. And thought I'd see Lynn in person, but it's great seeing her. And naturally, I wish Marissa were here reading this herself. But when she did publish it, she had a reading at the Ken Edwards Center on Valentine's Day many years ago, and it was kind of standing room only, and she sold the book she published to benefit the no-kill animal shelter here in Santa Monica. So I'm going to try to do it justice and read it. I'll read just a few short poems. The first is the title poem, Word Honey. Oh, and by the way, the shirt that I'm wearing, it says Never Give Up, was a shirt that I got a couple years ago when there was a walkathon to raise funds for the Hirschberg Foundation for Pancreatic Cancer Research. So this is the shirt they were giving out. All right. Word honey. Human bees source the honey of libraries, of words that bounce from page to page, shelf to shelf. Like children tumbling down sliding ponds, they spill into conversations like, let's not have this conversation now. I want salty words drenched from the briny deep, soft words that butter, fragrant words like peach, and those that cross themselves in puzzles. Then blend or crumble into alphabet dreams. What architects, contractors, skilled laborers are responsible for words that volcano erupt, Mississippi flood, earthquake, honey soothe, effervescence, as in fingers striking piano keys. Put some honey in your words, honey, and let's have that conversation now. A Lovely Bit of Nature by Marissa Rubin. This evening, the flower vendor on the promenade gave me the gift of a single white carnation. I found a bobby pin, and it rode on the left side of my head for several hours until we reached home and had its stem gently trimmed, then joined a pink geranium in fresh water within a slim glass bottle. Hopefully a night's rest will improve our demeanor. And finally, down to the ocean. I whip a sparkle into a blue ceramic pan, pie-shaped, thick-rimmed, pour a thumb's length of water, and its cobalt blue glaze reflects sun and clouds that travel in slow motion across the 2 o'clock sky. Clouds, sun, and ocean currents give a standing invitation to follow from relaxed slumber to crested blasts of blue-green awakenings that fill my mind like waves spilling to the shore and poems that spill out of the everyday. I hoist the thick blue glaze container onto a dusty pink cinder block position, it just so into its new incarnation, bath spa for local and migrant birds, inspired by the sight of 2 pigeons scrounging for water at a public fountain. Sounds of the Buena Vista Social Club reach me out on the patio. Lucy growls on the other side of the fence. A voice from inside the house says, "That little cup of water spilled." I ask, "All by itself?" "Then let's go down to the ocean and watch the waves spill all by themselves."
Beautiful. We have so much amazing talent and gifts in our midst. We are just really blessed this morning. Amazing. It's amazing. And the next one, you can't even believe. So Tracy Newman, I think Tracy was here, it was over a decade ago. Tracy and the Reinforcements played.
I was here by myself, though, at a number of open mic things.
Oh, that's right, that's right.
Right before COVID.
Yeah, way before COVID, when COVID was even not even a thought in our head. Yeah, Tracy has been here before. It's been a long, long time, and I am amazed that she's here now, but I'm so excited. Tracy grew up in Los Angeles. She started playing guitar when she was 14 years old, mostly influenced by the Kingston Trio. In the early 70s, she joined an improv class, which soon became the Groundlings. Tracy is a founding member, and besides performing, she taught and directed. At the Groundlings, she met her future TV writing partner, Jonathan Stark. Their first job was on Cheers, followed by Bob Newhart and The Nanny, Ellen, Drew Carey Show. In 1997, Newman and Stark won an Emmy and a Peabody Award for writing the groundbreaking Coming Out episode of Ellen. In 2001, they created the ABC comedy According to Jim. Tracy has been writing songs all along at the same time, many of which were featured in TV shows. She's a storyteller of all kinds, indie singer, songwriter, TV comedy writer, and producer. She tells stories in podcasts, radio, and print, as well as song. And she has songs for kids as well as adults. Welcome, Tracy Newman.
Thank you. Did you get that off my website? Yeah. I thought, because I send blurbs, usually there are 100 words. And then I thought, where did she get this? This is like my bio on my website, I think. I tell you, hearing Dave do at times like these, and then hearing the other things we've heard today, I realize I have nothing spiritual. I've recorded some spiritual songs, but I didn't write them, and I can't remember them because I haven't practiced them. So I'm just going to do something that I feel like I know you've heard, but maybe some of the other people here have heard, because it was on, I sent it to you, the video of it years ago. So, and this is about why we want to have long-term relationships, one of the values of it. Is my guitar amplified? There's a mirror on the bookcase in the hallway by the stairs. She always steals a look when she walks by. She stops to clean her glasses, shakes her head and heaves a sigh. She can't believe the lines around her eyes. Her husband's in the den, but he can hear her. He comes out and steps between her and the mirror, saying, "Let me be your looking glass. Look at me when you walk past and see yourself the way I do. I don't see young, I don't see old, I just see you." He takes a walk out to the driveway with a bucket and a sponge. He's finally gonna wash her Cherokee. He takes his shirt off as he passes the window on the driver's side and sees a belly where a six-pack used to be. He laughs, but she knows how it upsets him. She comes out and steps between him and his reflection. Say, let me be your looking glass, look at me when you walk past and see yourself the way I do. I don't see young, I don't see old, I just see you. On days when it feels like the mirror doesn't love you, remember I do. And let me be your looking glass, look at me when you walk past and see yourself the way I do. I don't see young, I don't see old, I just see you. I don't see young, I don't see old, I just see you. Thank you.
So beautiful. Thank you so much, Tracy. All right, now we have our first ritual of the day. We have two rituals going on. We're in the middle of the High Holy Day week, Jewish High Holy Days, and one of the rituals is Tashlich, and what that is a time for atonement. And so our other ritual this morning is World Communion Sunday. And so you may have not participated in either one, but today you're invited to go be a part of both of them. It doesn't matter your religion, it doesn't matter what you believe. These are inclusive events because and in some way they do relate to one another in a big way, because a lot of times before you want to break bread with someone, you want to be reconciled. And so what I'm going to invite you to do is, as water signifies a lot of different things in various religions, and our bodies are made mostly of water. Water is very important. And so I'm going to invite you to take a shell, and as you hold the shell in your hand, think of something that you would like to either get rid of so you can start the new year in a more joyful way and in a more clean way, or if you need forgiveness for something, if you'd like forgiveness for something, to say it. You can say it in your heart or you can say it out loud to the community, whichever you like. And there's not going to be a rhyme or reason, and everybody doesn't have to come up here. If you'd like to come up here, you're invited to do so at whenever you'd like. So I invite you to come now. You take that shell and then you drop it in the water. And you can do it silently like this. Or you can speak something.
You know, I feed birds. Many birds are on my balcony. Hummingbirds, finches, juncos, sparrows, doves. It has been getting really extraordinary. But today, when I looked at the feeder, I saw a huge bird. I thought, what a big dove. And I was like, that's too big for you. I turned around, it was a huge hawk in my feeder. And it looked right at me. And I'm working on a vision. And, you know, and to put my talents to good use, to uplift a lot of people. And I just am asking you to help me pray that I can complete this vision and I don't get distracted. You know, my kids are finally big enough for me to do what's inside me and get it through for me and uplifting people around me. And that's what I like to do. So that's what I'm hoping with this.
Yeah, give me that microphone. I am working on the craft of understanding disagreements as an opportunity to add perspective to my opinion. Okay? I'm gonna work on that and we'll check back with you next year.
I'm hoping for increased gratitude each and every day, even when things are going bad.
For the ancestors, I know it is because of you I am here, and I thank you for your protection and guidance to create what I know you would think would be a more joyful existence, not just for me, but for the community in which you foster.
It's a snail.
All kinds of shells.
This is not just for me, for everyone, to find the truth, to really trust the instinct and discern truth from lies. And I hope that democracy really wins.
I'm going to close this part out with Dave Morrison singing a wonderful song. You have a second song?
I was gonna do something a little trashy, but
Yeah, whatever. Okay. As he does, there's still time for you to come up if you'd like to, if you haven't.
People find their families in odd places. This song begins in an unnamed city, but the bar is named Finch's. One who's been missing for a while has returned. Jimmy's come home to the corner stool at Finch's. He swung wide as he could manage. He missed the ring by inches. She blew through him like a twister, took his doors off at the hinges. But at least I know where I can find my buddy. Yeah, I always know where I can find my buddy. Ah, but one day he'll be all full of luck and laughter. 'Cause I know sure as seasons he'll find what he's been after. Then we all won't see him much till we don't see him much at all. And we'll get the good stuff down and drink it to him. And we'll quietly forget we ever knew him. All this there for the taking, so plain, so easily mistaken. Sometimes I feel like I'm faking it. Still we march like soldiers into war. And we always hope to find a little more. I've got pictures of my babies hung in frames. They've changed so many times I hardly know their names. Till they changed right out of here and just these images remain. Of one child reaching out to swing the other. One child looking back to find her mother. There was one important thing I didn't know. Love is one part hanging on to 3 parts letting go. And if I've done it badly, I hope it didn't show. I hope I had the grace to hide the sorrow. Hope I kept an eye out for tomorrow. All this there for the taking, so plain, so easily mistaken. Sometimes I feel like I'm faking it. Still we march like soldiers into war. We always hope to find a little more. Well, I've lost the words from my memory. Used to pin these feelings down. Lights are blurred along the expressway, and I don't know where I'm bound. I've got nothing more to give or to receive. Not one more clever couplet tucked away inside a sleeve. Just this box of hopeless hopes I am determined to believe. And the crazy thought we all could live together if we'd only understand each other better. All this there for the taking, so plain, so easily mistaken. Most days I feel like I'm faking it. Still I steer my ships away from shore, and I always hope to find a little more. Thank you.
That was the perfect song for right now because I don't know if you could feel the connection. I felt the connection. And communion is all about connection. It's about connecting with one another. And have you ever felt disconnected? Have you ever felt left out? Yes, felt left. So, and then you go into sometimes you get left out in a religious organization. You know, they come in and then they say, you can't have this. You could sit over there. You might get some blessing on your other kind, but you're not actually welcome to the whole table. You're not actually welcome. You're welcome to this point. Sort of like the Methodist Church, when we said gay people, you're allowed to come in. You can't be ordained. You can't get married. You know, when there's some kind of, which by the way is no longer the case, but that took so long. At any rate, when you're allowed in to this point, but not further, that's not really being welcomed. So you are welcome at this table. It doesn't matter what you did right before you came in. It doesn't matter if you're looking at me with daggers in your eyes and you can't stand what I'm saying. It doesn't matter. You are still welcome. It's not my table. It's not the Church in Ocean Park's table. This is God's table, and we are all children of God. And if you don't believe in God, that's still okay. It's still your table, because this is also the universe's table. This is the table for all people. And there is no, if you have been left off of the table for any reason, I am so sorry. It hurts me. It really pains me. Because this is the welcome table, and you're welcome here. So I invite my friends up, Linda Leisure and Joseph, Chaplain Joseph. They're going to help serve communion today. Linda Leisure, come on up. Do some of you remember? Linda Leisure used to be in that office right there, and she has done so much good for so many people. And she was a Communitas honoree in the past because of all of her great works. And I met her on a protest line somewhere. I don't remember where it's that exact one. But at any rate, we're going to participate and in a form. I wouldn't say that. So we're going to just say, that's all we're going to, you can hold this. We're going to invite you to participate as you will. Okay. Do you need me to move this over? Oops. The Spirit is with you. And also with you.
And also with you.
Lift up your hearts.
We lift them up unto the Lord.
We confess that we have not been the people we could be. We have had many opportunities to love people, and we choose a different way. We confess that we haven't taken care of ourselves as we should, and so we sometimes don't have the energy to create positive change that we could. But we give thanks for the times we have loved, for the times we have accepted love from others, for the times we have taken risks to fight oppression and evil in the world. For the power of love in human life and in history, we give thanks. We give thanks for the opportunities of every day for waking up in the morning and for people to love, for food to eat and water to drink. We give thanks for a chance to make a positive difference in the world. We give thanks for another day. This morning, many people around the world are connecting through this ritual. This morning, many people around the world are connecting through this ritual. One more time. And so with people of every nation, tribe, and language, with people throughout the ages, we bring ourselves, all that we are and all that we are not. Joyful giving thanks and say,
Holy, holy,
Holy,
holy,
holy,
Lord, God
of peace and God of love. Heaven and earth are full of your glory.
Hosanna in the highest.
Blessed are the people around the world. Hosanna
In the highest. Long ago, our ancestors knew love's power, and they became the tellers of love's tale. Love bound them in covenant, teaching them to live in community with compassion and concern for the poorest among them. Yet, centuries of domination and violence shaped a different kind of community based on selfishness and inequality. In the struggle against oppression, Jesus became the face of love, showing us the way to abundant life. In word and deed, he announced love's new reign of justice, reconciliation, and peace. Filled with the courage and passion of love's spirit, he gave his life to challenge the unjust systems of the world.
On the night of his betrayal and arrest, as he shared a meal with his friends, Jesus took bread, gave thanks, broke it, gave it to his friends, saying, "Share this bread among you. This is my body, which will be broken for justice. Do this to remember me." The bread reminds us that we are one body. We are part of each other. We need to care for each other. When the supper was over, he took the cup, gave thanks, and gave it to his friends, saying, "Share this wine among you. This is my blood, which will be shed for liberation. Do this to remember me." The wine reminds us of the blood that is shed every day. Some of it is for justice, and some of it is because justice is not served. We drink it remembering Jesus and those like him who put their lives on the line every single day. We remember Jesus, and we remember those who participate in Jesus-like actions. And so, remembering all of this, we offer ourselves in praise and thanksgiving and proclaim the mystery of faith. Hope had died. Hope has risen. Hope will come again.
God of love, Spirit of compassion, bless us and this bread and wine. Make this meal be food and drink for our journey, renewing, sustaining, and making us whole. When we eat this bread and drink from this cup, we may experience the presence of love in our midst. We may experience the presence of those who have gone before us that are connected by bread and juice. We may experience the power of those across the world fighting for justice, fighting for bread, fighting for sustenance. We are not alone. And now, with the confidence of the children of God, let us pray.
Loving Creator, we honor you and we honor all that you have made. Renew the whole world in the image of your love. Give us what we need for today and a hunger to see that the whole world is fed. Strengthen us for what lies ahead and heal us from the hurts of the past. Give us courage to follow your call in this moment. For love is a great power, a great home, and the only honor we need in this world and the world to come. Amen. Now, some of you has anybody brought bread? Some folks were going to bring bread. So we have bread here. There are different kinds of bread, and a lot of us grew up with different kinds of bread and have different kinds of bread in our heritage and would never eat this kind of bread. Some people, would you like to get your bread? Some people have bread that looks round. Are there others who want to share their bread?
Well, this is not exactly the same because this is sweet bread. It's a favorite in Trinidad sweet bread. The closest to it I could find was Hawaiian sweet bread. So that is what I have here. It is made 2 eggs, brown sugar, different flavors that you put into it to make it taste good. Flour, potato flour, ordinary flour, and it's mixed up. Sometimes we put coconut, we grate a coconut, and we put the coconut juice with it as well. So we have a very tasty thing called sweet bread.
So some of you are familiar with Mexican quesadillas. This is not a Mexican quesadilla. This is a Salvadoran quesadilla. And it's just bread that has some cheese baked into it. It doesn't taste very cheesy, though. It's very sweet. So.
Wonderful. So you'll have your choice of which kind of bread you'd like to partake when you come here. And so Linda will be holding one bread, and Joseph will hold one, and I'll hold one, and that I will double duty. I'm also going to hold. Would you like to hold the juice, Joanne?
This is a tortilla?
It's a tortilla, yeah.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so we're gonna, and so you're invited to come as you will, just as you did for the other ritual. But there's no speaking. We're just gonna sing. Let us break bread together on our knees. Let us break bread together, and then just dip it in there. On our knees. When I fall down on my knees with my face to the rising sun, oh Lord, have mercy on me. Let us drink wine together on our knees. Let us drink wine together on our knees. When I fall down on my knees with my face to the rising sun, oh Lord, have mercy on me. Before Kevin Kelso has a song for us, we have a moment to, if you'd like to share anything. This is a very different type of a service, but you're still welcome to share anything you'd like. If there's anybody, come on up. Your mom's 99?
Yeah, 99. She just moved in with my brother. She's been independent up and downstairs until a few months ago.
Oh, she said her mom is 99. Wonderful, wonderful. Congratulations, that's wonderful. Anybody else want to share anything today?
I'd just like to thank Janet for the honor of being here this morning, and also to thank my sister, Gloria, for visiting with Helen, my wife of 102, and we've been together for 46 years. The love of my life. Thank you.
I want to say to you, Janet, that everybody here knows what kind of standing and what kind of place you hold here, but it takes sometimes being on the edge to come to full appreciation. And I just want to acknowledge you for what most people could never think about doing. You're beautiful. Thank you very much for being here. I also want to say this is extraordinary to me, putting Tashlich with communion. And for me to be welcome to accept communion is very moving. Thank you.
Anybody else want to share something? Yeah, Marty, come on up.
Blow the shofar. So I brought one.
Go ahead and blow it. Yes, we have one. I just don't know how to.
Okay.
We have a nice one. Awesome. That's awesome.
On the new year, we try to break a new world, new thoughts, and new feelings. And the shofar is kind of the sounding of God, that God had breathed life into mankind. And there's different kinds of sounds. The tekiah is like bringing the congregation together. We're waking up. And the teruah is like a cavalry charge. We're charging into the new world, the new life. And the tekiah gadol is like we're swimming underneath the water and we're coming up to a new world, breathing a new life.
Thank you, Marty. Thank you, Marty. Thank you. Oh, your bag. All right, are there others? Yeah. Well, they can't hear you.
I just want to second all the praise you give to Jen. And that, the other day my son's become very Catholic lately. He's going to Catholic church, and he was surprised at his first dose of hypocrisy, which made me laugh because I was raised Catholic. but anyway, he asked a group of young people like what their most trauma of the Catholic Church was, and one said she wasn't Catholic and she asked to go see the ritual, and they wouldn't allow her. So I think it's so beautiful that I just heard that a few days ago, and then I come here and I'm able to do a Jewish service and Christian service together, and it's just very beautiful. That's all I could say. I'm always touched here. I'm always crying here. That's all I could say. So thank you.
Thank you. And I hear there's some on Zoom as well, right, Nate? Bob?
Good morning.
Morning.
Me, and I love you very much.
Aw. Thank you so much. They're both in different rooms.
We're in different rooms.
Yes. Yes.
Still unified.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you, Bob.
Thank you.
And we also see that Louise is on there, and Louise has COVID as well. I mean, that COVID is so. She's normally she's our music director, and so we say hi to, and we hope that you and Trudy both get better fast. Yes. All right. So we're getting ready to hear Kevin. This Kevin Kelso is amazing that he's here also. He's a LA-based singer-songwriter who has performed at numerous LA venues. His work has been compared to Randy Newman's, assuming you consider, well, he's no Randy Newman to be a comparison. His first one-man show, Prodigal Hoosier, is premiered in Indianapolis at the 2016 Indie Fringe Festival. He premiered his second one-man show, They're Laughing With Me, right? At the 2017 Tucson Fringe Festival, followed by his third all-new, well, mostly new show, Prodigal Hoosier returns at the 2019 Indie Fringe. Welcome, Kevin Kelso.
Oh, thank you, Janet. Sorry, I didn't really time my walk up very well. I had to sit here for a while. I didn't know it was going to be so long. Even though obviously I wrote it. Yeah, it's been a while since I've been to church. So I wasn't really sure like what to wear. And I look at you now and I go, nailed it. It's my people out there. I did grow up in the church though, and I have that when you started singing, let us break bread together on our knees. I have such a strong memory of that song because we always sang that song. And we had a guy in the choir. I'll tell you a quick story. We had a guy in the choir, Mr. Spade. He had a very strong baritone voice, and he also felt he was a wonderful singer, and he was. And he sang that song as a solo once, and he comes to a moment and he sings, "When I fall on my face," and then he didn't know what to do. It's like, I know that's not right. Anyway, I don't know why. I just thought it was relevant. So I'm going to play you a song. It's not really a religious song, but it does talk about Jesus. And it's also a song about a 4-letter word, so prepare yourselves. Little girl listening to gospel stories, sitting at her mama's knee, hearing how Jesus was born in a barn, grew up in Galilee, how he healed the sick, fed the poor, and preached equality. Little girl paused before she spoke, looked at her mama and said, Jesus was woke. Jesus was woke. Out of the mouths of babes comes the truth. Jesus was woke. Now John the Baptist said, if you got 2 coats and you see somebody with none, giving that fella one of yours is the right thing to be done. I'm not saying he was a communist, but he sort of sounds like one. Jesus agreed, gotta help less fortunate folk. In other words, Jesus was woke. Jesus was woke. He said, as you did to the least of these, you did to me. Jesus was woke. And he told about a guy who was beaten and robbed, left to die in the sand. The only one who stopped to help him was this guy from a foreign land. So if you don't want immigrants here, take it up with a well-known brown-skinned Jewish man. 'Cause Jesus was woke. Jesus was woke. He didn't even try to keep it hid. It's obvious even to a little kid from everything he ever said or did that Jesus was woke. Yeah, Jesus was woke. Yeah, Jesus was woke, 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 woke. Jesus was woke.
Good morning. I don't know, if you're like me and you're sort of engaged in the world and you give a little bit of money to people that you think represent your views and are running for office, and that gets you like 10 more emails saying you just gave, but you need to do it again, and you're getting really tired because it's 30 days from the election. Maybe as a little bit of a tonic, you could think about giving to the church instead of your favorite political candidate, just for a little break. You don't have to keep doing it, but we do things that are important, like today, and it is a tough time for the church financially. So anything you can do would help. Doesn't mean stop your political activism, but that will end in November, hopefully. You probably is ongoing forever, right? But so is this. So any help you can give would be very welcome. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And while you're doing that, I'm going to make some announcements.
This is a little bit different kind of a song. All the choices I have ever made have brought me here. All the notes and all the songs I've played have brought me here. All the lessons I have learned, all the fingertips I've burned, all the scars that I have earned have brought me right here, right now. All the stories you have ever told have brought you here. All the hours you exchanged for gold have brought you here. All the donuts you have eaten, all the odds that you have beaten, all the lakes you've splashed your feet in, have brought you right here, right now, to a moment too precious to miss. So let's make the most of this. All the choices we have made till now have brought us here. All the traffic we drove through somehow has brought us here. All the joy that we have known, all the times we felt alone, all the flowers we have grown have brought us right here, right now.
So beautiful. Thank you so much. So every Sunday, somebody signs up to do bread, and so they pass around bread and speak from their heart. And today, you're doing bread? Bread. Great. I'll pass it on.
More bread. This looks real good. So, World Communion Sunday, we celebrate it, we recognize it as well in the Caribbean and in Trinidad. Same day, World Communion Sunday. And in our home circle, on the day before, we usually meet together with family and friends and so on and have a nice, good time before the communion on Sunday. So we make ice cream, and we have that type of cake as well, sweet bread, and we enjoy ourselves. And we share some little jokes, make ourselves feel good. And this is one of the jokes I had. It's called On Dreams. On Dreams. An older couple are lying in bed one morning, and the wife said to the husband, I had a dream that I was in Walmart and was really enjoying myself at Walmart. And the husband said as well, oh, I had a dream too. I dreamt I was enjoying myself with 3 beautiful women. And the wife asked, was I there? And the husband replied, no, you were at Walmart.
Okay, all right. Now please join me in a closing circle. And we're going to do Joys and Concerns, and then we'll have our closing song by Tracy Newman.
It's all about how you can't break up with someone you're still attracted to. But anyway. Goodbye, goodbye, aloha. Adios, adieu, mi amor. Try that. Goodbye, goodbye, aloha. Adios, adieu, mi amor. Easier said than done. Yeah, it's easy to say, hey, but watch him walk away. Hey, try to get through one day. Goodbye, goodbye, aloha. Adios, adieu, mi amor. Don't forget harmony. Goodbye, goodbye, aloha. Adios, adieu, mi amor. No matter what he has done to make you so mad, you're feeling so sad, you're missing the lad. Goodbye, 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 aloha. Adios, adieu, mi amor. Here's how it really goes. First you wallow, 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 wallow in pain. Then you swallow your pride and take the bad boy back again. Goodbye, goodbye, aloha. Adios, adieu, mi amor. Last time. Goodbye, goodbye, aloha. Adios, adieu, mi amor. Easier said than done. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Can you even believe this morning? Let's give them all a round of applause. So, yes. I can't believe it. So we end with carry on. We say we hold back hands together, and we're going to hold them up in the air and repeat after me. And the people on Zoom will take their. You will unmute yourself if you're on Zoom. We're going to say carry on. 1, 2, 3. Carry on. All right. So you can stay for the film if you like.